So if you remember the BlackBerry, you'll note that it had one of the best keyboards available on a smartphone at the time period. But as we all know, the iPhone came out and robbed the BlackBerry of its popularity due to its full screen nature. But at the same time, there are still people out there that swear by the physical keyboard. In fact, the founders of Clicks are those people. So this is the Clicks keyboard for iPhone 17 Pro, although you can get one for Android phones like the Google Pixel and the Motorola Razr. And I've been testing this keyboard for over a week now. So this was sent over courtesy of Clicks, and I have a lot to say about this keyboard. So you're probably wondering, why would you want to get a keyboard for your smartphone? I mean, it already has a built-in keyboard called the virtual keyboard. But what the problem is that as you can see, the virtual keyboard takes up half the screen space whenever you're typing. So this can be very problematic for me because I use PowerPoint a lot. And if I am taking notes in my psychology class, there are times whenever I want to use a physical keyboard. Actually, I always want to use a physical keyboard whenever I'm using PowerPoint. And the virtual keyboard just makes using PowerPoint on a phone kind of suck. But once we attach the clicks to the iPhone, well, it gets rid of that problem because now you don't have a virtual keyboard robbing you of any screen space. In fact, this is what PowerPoint looks like whenever you're using the clicks keyboard, but this is what it looks like whenever you're using the virtual keyboard. As you can see, it's blocking buttons that would be on the bottom of the screen. And so yeah, it just makes doing productivity on your phone a lot more convenient and easier. And also compared to the virtual keyboard that you can get on your smartphone, it sounds a lot better. Let me show you exactly how this keyboard sounds because it is very satisfying. And so yeah, it sounds a lot better because it's actually real keys instead of just a virtual keyboard that you just tap on glass to type on. And the cool thing about this keyboard is that it has a lot of desktop style keyboard shortcuts. So I can use Command C and Command V to copy and paste. I can also use Command Q to close an app. I can also use Command Space to access Spotlight Search on my iPhone, which is very nice and convenient. Now there are some drawbacks with using the Clicks keyboard. For example, if I want to put it in my pocket, most of the time it does stick out quite a bit. These pockets are pretty deep, but it does stick out quite a bit whenever I'm wearing jeans, so that's something to keep in mind. Now you're probably wondering, how does this phone connect to the keyboard? As you can see, there is a USB-C connector on the bottom of the inside of the keyboard. So as you can see, when we just slide the phone in like this, it automatically connects. But anyways, that is my review of the Clicks keyboard. If you have any questions about something that I did not cover about this keyboard, leave them in the comments below. And anyways, I'm going to see you guys in the next one.